What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Starbucks is having a particularly bad week. Obviously, if you followed my reporting yesterday and earlier today, Starbucks had tried to quietly issue a mandate to all of their staff and all of their stores about not having certain Pride-related items up in the store. Then it turns out they come out and issue a statement and say, well, actually, we never did that, only to have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of their own employees go to social media and refute that claim, in fact, saying that Starbucks did do that. And that's what happens when your company gets woke. In fact, Starbucks just lost a massive lawsuit for $25.6 million after firing a former store manager for being white. A unanimous decision by the court. A white Starbucks manager who ran the Philadelphia store where two black men were refused access to the bathroom ended up getting fired, gets rewarded $25 million as a jury finds she was fired because of her race. I mean, these companies just can't help themselves. They just can't. Like, everything they see is through the lens of race, and they're woke, and they're trying to do all this crap, and it comes back and absolutely blows up in their faces. If you're seeing this video on Wednesday, June 14th, today is the last day. If you're looking for a new alternative to Starbucks, the last day to get your Father's Day gift box from my coffee company, Coffee Brand Coffee. We roast all of our own beans, fresh on demand. We have 15 different premium coffees, including about 10 different flavors of coffee, 15 organic teas, real cacao cocoa, and Father's Day gift boxes. Promo code DAD, save 10%. As far as the gift boxes go, today's the last day to order them, and make sure you get them in time. A white Starbucks manager who was fired when her staff refused to let two black men use the bathroom at a Philadelphia store has been awarded $25.6 million. Now, these two men, as far as I understand it or understood it, were indeed not customers. They were just coming in to use the bathroom. There's apparently some issues with customers, feeling, harassed earlier in the day. The story is a little more complicated. Shannon Phillips on Monday won her lawsuit against the coffee giant and was handed $25 million in punitive damages and $600,000 in compensatory damages. A federal jury in New Jersey found that the company had fired her because she was white, which violated her civil rights. The lawsuit finally came to an end this week, 5 years after the arrests of the two black men in the Starbucks in Philadelphia. Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson had been waiting for a meeting when they were refused access to the toilet and were asked to leave before the cops were called. The arrest prompted widespread outrage and protests after footage of the incident emerged, and Starbucks was accused of racism. This is so great. Everything about this story is so great. Miss Phillips, who oversaw the location, as well as 100 others, and would have been paid up to $200,000, was quickly fired in 2019, sued the coffee chain claiming it was due to racial bias. Following her victory on Monday, her lawyer, Laura Carlin, said that they were very pleased with the unanimous verdict. They said that she proved by clear and convincing evidence that punitive damages were warranted under New Jersey law. In the lawsuit, Ms. Phillips, who worked for Starbucks for 13 years, claimed she had nothing to do with the arrest, but was still fired from her job a month later. Cell phone footage of the arrest went viral after Mr. Nelson and Mr. Robinson being detained inside the store after they sat without ordering anything. Okay, so like I said, they were not customers. The arrests sparked protests and prompted more than 8,000 locations to shut so the company's 175,000 employees could go undergo racial bias training. Well, it sounds like they are racially biased, but perhaps not against the race you might think. Ms. Phillips said she worked tirelessly to help repair community relations in the wake of the controversy, according to the lawsuit. Her role as regional manager, Phillips said she oversaw 100 stores across Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. She claimed Starbucks started punishing white employees who weren't involved weeks later in a bid to publicly prove they had handled the incident. Ms. Phillips alleges the firm ordered her to put a white male manager who had worked for the company for 15 years on administrative leave because of a race discrimination allegation against him. The allegation was based on complaints of non-white employees that the manager's stores were paid less than the white workers. Ms. Phillips said she argued that the male manager didn't have any say in the wages. The lawsuit also said that I suspect this individual is going to have a follow-up lawsuit. She argued in comparison, the black manager of the store where the arrests were carried out did not face any disciplinary action. Ms. Phillips said the black manager's subordinate, who was the one who called 911 after the two men sat down and refused to leave after being told they couldn't use the bathroom without purchasing something, she claims she was fired as soon as they told the situation was non-recoverable. Starbucks denied the claims in the lawsuit but has not commented on the outcome. The two black men ended up reaching a settlement with Starbucks in the aftermath for undisclosed sum and an offer for free college education. Why was Starbucks paying these people anything anyway? Why would you think that you can just go in and use the bathroom if you're not a customer? Now, Starbucks did have some woke policy around this time from what I understand. We thought long and hard about it, and we feel the best way is to see that change we want to see. Mr. Robinson at the time, it's not a right now thing, that's good for now, but I feel like we'll see true changes over time. The men said they were at the Starbucks location waiting for a meeting with a third man about a potential real estate opportunity. Why don't you just buy $1 cup of coffee then? What's so hard about that? During the uproar, Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson went to Philadelphia to apologize to the men directly. Of course, I'm sure he was on his knees. He ordered more than 8,000 stores in the United States to close, so 175,000 workers could get unconscious bias training. I mean, I don't really understand. This will be a very healthy source of income for EEOC litigators. $25 million, so much better than managing purple-haired baristas. Good for her. Game changer, huge win. It's good to know that racism against whites is now recognized as illegal too. I mean, everybody is essentially, very happy and celebrating this. Poof, instant millionaire. This is what you get when these are the companies, you want to try and promote this garbage. You want to try to, you let the Twitter mob, say, well, actually, this was a terrible thing, and this woman should be punished for the crime of being white. I mean, I'm not saying that. A court of her peers agreed with that unanimously. I mean, this is an era in which this was like the new slip and fall lawsuit scam. Just go be a pain in the rear end for somebody, and then expect absolutely no consequences. And if you do, blame it on race. I mean, it's still a pretty common thing these days too, but pretty funny story overall. Congratulations to her. Another huge L for Starbucks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.